Okay, and wasn't that brilliant? We moved straight from the interview with Bombshell Chic and The Attic and the wonderful designer Michelle into the Swing Unlimited Big Band. I mean, my gosh, contrast time. But this is the excitement of TV. And this is so different for the festival that it's really quite exciting. So here we are in Live Plus Studios in Bournemouth. And we have Pat, one of the directors of Swing Unlimited, with us.
Hello, Mandy. Thank you very much for letting me be here. This is it's fantastic that the festival's going on like this in any way possible. So that's fantastic.
No, we're so pleased that you were able to take the time to come in a socially distanced manner.
Of course, yes.
You know, we have a good 2 meters here.
Got a bit of a squeaky chair here.
So I noticed that. I didn't like to mention it.
A little bit embarrassing. Just so you know, it's a squeaky chair. It's not me.
It's not you. Thank you ever so much for joining us. I mean, obviously, you've joined us at the festival before now, played on the gorgeous bandstand in Fisherman's Walk.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it's been an amazing sound you've given us. So looking at people picnicking, drinking G&T, enjoying themselves, sitting on haystacks.
I never went to Durdle Door, so don't bring that up.
I'm not mentioning that at all.
Okay,
no,
good.
don't mention it's like not mention the war. Really,
no, it's a brilliant festival. I mean, you know, the range of stuff, and I think the home edition, this year's home edition, you've all done a fantastic job with it because it has all of that range of different activities and art and artists and clothes and vintage and music. So it's brilliant. I've been loving it. Yeah.
I'm really glad that you did enjoy it, but understand what we were trying to achieve. We wanted not just to bring the music, which is obviously the important part of it,
of course,
but the elements that you'd find at the festival as well. When you walked down, you'd see trade stands. You would have vintage fashion shows. You know, you'd have so much going on. Children's activity, had the beautiful cars. So we thought, how can we bring these in? The competitions were the way that we did it in a lot of ways. You know, so and bringing the businesses in that you'd normally walk down the high street, like Haberdasher came on this morning.
Fantastic.
So it's great. So no, I really appreciate you being here. So we've just played 2 songs.
Yes. Well, we kicked off with Woodchopper's Ball, Woody Herman number, and great solos on there from Nick Smith on alto, and Richard Curran on trombone, Joe Gurr on tenor, and Paul Cakebread on trumpet, who's now in New Zealand.
Oh, okay.
The people seem to join us and then try and get as far away from us as possible. I don't know why that happens, but
we won't ask on that one.
Yeah. Anyway, Woodchopper's Ball, you know, sort of great jiver, great dance
lovely.
tune, and that was followed by a gig that we did year before last, at Swing Unlimited Jazz Club. Because we've grown over the years since 2001. We have the main big band.
2001? Is that how long you've been?
That was when we all first got together.
Wow,
yeah.
My goodness.
And then we started a community big band for all the amateur players and learning players, you know, out there of all ages. So the community band SU2 started the next year. And then we opened our own jazz club, Swing Unlimited Jazz Club. Right. So the tune that you heard second there was Cantina Band from Star Wars, arranged by our amazing musical director, Mr. James Stead. And he's also a big sci-fi geek.
Oh, really?
So he decided to do for our annual Night at the Movies concert that we do at the Regent Centre and Verwood Hub.
Yes, the Regent Centre's a beautiful space, though, isn't it, in
wonderful theatre.
Christchurch?
It's kind of almost been our venue home, our spiritual home, really.
There's not many places like that about nowadays, is there? No.
But, you know, again, that was actually, rather than at the Regent Centre, that was us doing that number, Cantina Band, at our jazz club, Swing Unlimited Jazz Club, which is at Bournemouth Electric Club, Sports and Social Club in Broadway Lane. Yeah, sort of Charminster, Muscliffe
Been there?
area.
Yeah.
So anyway, the next one, should we move on to the next number?
Should we move on to the next one? Yes.
Let's move on to the next
Let's
number.
move on to the next one.
It's been lockdown, and we've all seen, I'm sure, loads of great videos that musicians have done in isolation and then edited them together. Well, this was our first attempt at that kind of thing. A little bit tricky with a 17-piece big band, although there's been brilliant stuff out there.
Yeah.
And this is Count Basie's Cute. For, Cute in Lockdown, Sub in Lockdown.
Well, let's watch this with joy. Here we go.
It is 3 minutes and 42 seconds.
And welcome back. Welcome back to Pat. And Mandy's changed a bit, if you've not noticed.
Mandy, is it? I don't know. Is it your hair? I can't figure out what's changed.
The girls in the back did some fashion changes on me. What do you think?
Well, I think you should have great pride in your appearance right now. So
Okay, so Swing Unlimited, big band sound. You're going through tracks that we're playing, but this one's got a bit of a sentimental meaning.
yeah, it does. I don't mean to bring everything down at all, but I mentioned to Mandy. Don't know if you know her. I mentioned to Mandy that Swing Unlimited Big Band itself was formed in 2001, and the year after that, we realized that there's so many amateur players and learning players of all ages that needed something like this to play in and wanted to. So we formed SU2, Swing Unlimited's community big band, the year after. And one of the very first founding members of that group was a wonderful tenor sax player and lovely lady called Debbie Henderson. And she's been our rock really throughout the years, got totally involved in helping the whole group to do what we try and do. And been my PA, my mentor, my everything, and absolute shock. Nothing whatsoever to do with COVID or coronavirus, but out of the blue, she fell very ill and just very quickly passed away. Only last month, maybe it was a couple of months ago. So I created a tribute video, which I was ironically doing for her anyway, sort of short videos to introduce who's who in the organization, and then she very, very sadly passed away, and so this one kind of got a little bit extended, and it's the soundtrack. It's images of Debbie Henderson, but the soundtrack is from one of our CDs, Swing Unlimited CDs, with James Stead singing Fields of Gold, and it was one of Debbie's favorites. So this one's for Debbie Henderson.
This one's for Debbie. Play the video.
As we walk in fields of gold. So she took her love for to gaze a while upon the fields of barley. In his arms she fell as her hair came down among the fields of gold. Stay with me, will you be my love among the fields of barley? We'll forget the sun in his jealous sky as we lie in fields of gold. I never made promises lightly, and there have been some that I've broken. I swear in the days still left, we will walk in fields of gold. We will walk in fields of gold. rise lightly, and there have been some that I've broken. But I swear in the days still left, we were walking fields of gold. We were walking fields of gold. Many years have passed since those summer days. I'm on the fields of barley, see the children walk as the sun goes down among the fields of gold. You'll remember me.
The main stage. So I'm back here with Pat from Swing Unlimited. That was,
Debbie Henderson,
yeah, beautiful testimony to her life.
Fields
Yeah.
of Gold. She was a remarkable, remarkable lady. Now, I mentioned that I've been trying to create videos profiling different members of Sub, and that was, as I said, a particularly touching and ironic one, that I should be doing that as that tragedy happened. But the next one, a little bit shorter and a little bit more fun.
We like fun.
Oh yeah. Well, we have various members who have run a whole gamut of different professions, including, of course, key worker, frontline.
Yeah.
And our main frontline member of Swing Unlimited Big Band is our trombonist, one of our trombonists, Rosie Connell.
Good name.
And she's been absolutely working like they all have, of course, and we're all so proud of them and thankful. Working in the hospitals in Bournemouth Pool, Salisbury, as an she does anaesthetic.
Yeah, it's easy for you to say.
I love that one. Anyway, this one's Rosie Connell, and the soundtrack is Sub playing Who Do You Think You Are Kidding, Mr. Hitler?
Like it. Play the video.
That's it. And the next one is even shorter. This one's only.
Bit of fun. We like a bit of fun. Nothing wrong with a bit of fun. Okay, but I asked you a question earlier. I actually said to you about I've worked with some ukulele groups,
Yeah,
and I've
yeah.
noticed that just because people get to the age of 64, 65, they don't have to just do gardening and do some bowling. I've noticed more and more people getting involved, an older generation, into music, and not just straight music,
Yeah.
but having fun as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think people forget, you think somebody in their 60s. I just turned 60, by the way,
You did.
in the beginning of April, yeah. So you think about people in their 60s, and sometimes people think, well, that's old. They're old. Oh, we got to play loads of Frank Sinatra and Glenn Miller and stuff like that, which I love and is great. But people forget that, I'm now 60 years old. I was born in 1960. So in my teenage years, that was mid-70s.
Yeah.
That wasn't Glenn Miller. It wasn't the war years. So people often mistake that. People are up for music, especially live, as long as it's good and they have a great time. And that's what live music does, of
It's
course.
great, and they're producing great sounds. And a lot of them that I've worked with are doing great things for charities.
Well, as a community, a non-profit community organisation, the Swing Unlimited Big Band Group, it's been all about that. Well, it's all about the music, but it's about producing that music for us as a community of local musicians, for the local audiences as our local community, and to support as many good causes, charities within the community. And we've done that with so many charity gigs over the years.
Fantastic.
But of course, we don't like to talk about it.
No, absolutely.
But yeah, that is what it's about.
Move us along to the next track.
Okay, well, we consider ourselves to be a bit of a genre-busting group of musicians, and that was the whole idea from the very beginning in 2001. It's why we called ourselves Swing Unlimited, because you associate a big band with swing music.
No barriers.
But we don't want any barriers to what we can play and stuff. The other thing is that it's jazz. So relating to the next clip, jazz, there's lots of different ways you can define, well, any genre. But with jazz, probably the main thing is improvisation. You know, there's times when you just have to make it up. And this next clip, and it's just a clip from a number, it's not a whole number. Dizzy Gillespie, Charlie Parker, great tune, A Night in Tunisia. And we were performing it at our jazz club, Swing Unlimited Jazz Club. And it has a particular, Dizzy Gillespie tune. So it has a trumpet solo in it. And I was going through lots of our videos and looking for material. And I spotted this particular moment, which I hadn't even noticed at the time. But I play trumpet with the band, and I was ramping up for this, coming up to this solo in this clip you're going to see. And, well, let's just let people see what happened.
We have to see what happens. Play the video. Talk about stealing your moment.
I know, a stolen solo in Tunisia when I saw that.
You were building up, you got your lips all puckered, you tested out, you got the air, and he stood up and he went, I'm having that.
And quite fortunate, really, because Jonathan Payne, who was the trumpet player who actually did take that solo, is just an absolute dream player, dream to work with.
But you felt a bit deflated.
I felt a little bit embarrassed watching it back, not having realised at the time that the camera was tight on me. So it got the whole reaction. It cracked me up, actually.
Fantastic. Now, we were chatting earlier, obviously just off camera. Tell me more about the name Swing
Unlimited. Well, I did. It's actually the next clip coming up. The next track coming up is a kind of prime example of us not wanting to be held to just one narrow definition of a particular genre or the expectation of what a 17-piece big band you'd expect to hear from them. So every year for the last 15 years, something like that, we've done an annual Night at the Movies concert. And it's really been, again, I mentioned James Stead, our MD, kind of really his baby, because he's an amazing musician, arranger, composer, performer, obviously. And every year we do a different movie theme. And this clip is from our gig, I think, 3 years ago. I think it was about 3 or 4, maybe 4 years ago at the Regent Centre. And it was action and adventure movies and stuff like that. So James Bond comes to mind. And for the James Bond themes, Live and Let Die seemed kind of appropriate.
Yeah, good.
But it's a great, great track, and it's us live at the Regent Centre with James Stead on vocals, and gives you an example of the different kind of stuff, the range of different stuff that we love to do.
And your range of age group as well, because you were saying to me 11 to 82?
The community big band that we started the year after Sub was formed, our age range is our youngest member is 11, and our oldest member is 86.
Wow.
So it's a true community band.
Anyhow, Night at the Movies.
Live and Let Die.
Beautiful.
And your heart was an open book. You used to say, live and let live. If this ever-changing world in which we're living makes you give in and cry, so live and let die. So live and let die. Used to say, live and let live. Thank you. In this ever-changing world, of the trumpets, ladies and gentlemen, makes you give in. So live and let die. So live and let die. So live and let die. So live and let die.
Live and Let Die.
Amazing, amazing
Amazing.
James Stead. He is incredible.
Absolutely superb. What was he talking about before? We was talking about your age range. Okay.
Oh yeah, for the community band and ages, and styles, you know, and being genre busting, I
Yeah.
suppose. And well, you were mentioning the ukulele bands, and we've talked about James Last.
Yes.
James Last is really a classic. He was kind of a little bit poo-pooed at the time for doing pop classics with
Broke a
this,
lot of
you know,
barriers.
great. But it, you know, you said it. I think, you know, if you keep reinventing stuff and trying to put your own style onto it or different styles and that it's a very joyful experience to do
I
that.
find the
kind of
swing
thing.
and everything just reinventing itself now, because we've got this thing in this country where we seem to be going further and further back, further and further reinventing. We want to look at fashions. We want to remember the past. Our generation doesn't want to let go,
No.
which is great.
No.
And swing at the moment has got a resurgence. I've noticed that big time. Yes, it might have something to do with the celebration we should have had this year for the war.
Yes.
But even before then, big reinsurgence.
We've done gigs for graduation balls to a room full of 18, 19-year-olds. And you start with Glenn Miller in the mood, and they all scream and run up onto the dance floor, and they're jumping around. It's timeless music, and actually just great music is timeless. That's the thing.
Hey.
And people respond to it.
This day and age, I think there's a lot of boredom now. People are fed up. There's the variety's there, but it's not accessible too much. It's not on the telly. It's not in front of you. And I think people are now getting a bit bored with certain genres of music, and they are looking for some fun.
Yeah.
Swing, and I've watched you running up and down the stage playing, and you've just reinvented it. Instead of just the old thing was people just stand there and play instruments.
Yeah, exactly.
You've got to add a bit. You can still celebrate Glenn Miller, Artie Shaw, and all that, but do something a little bit different without condescending them.
You're absolutely spot on, Dave, and that was really the other thing along when we started, along with playing all kinds of music, was also to not just be a concert band, where you just sit there and play the music, play the dots, play it all correctly, well, sometimes, and that's it. It's about entertainment.
Absolutely.
And that entertainment starts with your own joy in playing together with an ensemble like that and playing this great music. So, and if that comes then across to the audience and the dancers and they get that. They feel it straight away.
I
If
can
you're
see
enjoying
just
it.
sitting there, it's just oozing out of you, this passion,
love
this
it.
drive, this energy. And moving on, because we've got
Yeah.
quite a few more tracks to get in.
Yeah.
And
Well,
we are still plugging the videos.
the videos, and also
the
I should
CDs,
say the
yeah.
CDs. We have CDs for
See.
sale.
Bit salesman here.
Oh yeah. Oh, and let me give you one of our
Fiver.
merchandise.
Fiver for
No.
advertising.
Here, have one of our key rings. Sub key ring.
Can I play it?
Yeah, I'd like to hear that. No, we do want people, obviously, to go to our website, www.sub.co.uk.
Absolutely.
Just Google Swing Unlimited, you'll find us, our Facebook page, and we have a Bandcamp page where you can buy our merchandise. You got that one for free, and our CDs. So, yeah, do obviously try and support bands and live music, not just by coming along to their gigs when we can, but
Hopefully soon.
just support it. Just support, really. Yeah, that's lovely.
Next track then, please, Pat.
Next track. Buddy Rich,
Oh,
our drummer Tim
Yeah.
Tim Sharp, who was with us until just the last year, couple of years ago. He moved to Finland.
Okay.
Another one who moved away. Don't understand that.
What are you doing wrong?
But he's absolutely fantastic. Big Buddy Rich fan. Well,
Yeah.
of course, being a drummer, and he put together a whole show of Buddy Rich tunes that we performed a couple of years ago in various venues, including Swing Unlimited Jazz Club. And this one, it's a bit ironic because it's called Dancing Men, but it's kind of tricky to dance to. But I'll just throw that as a challenge out to the jivers and
We like
dancers out
challenges.
there.
Yeah.
This is Dancing Men.
Enjoy this one.
Dancing
sitting here on this lovely green couch.
It's a lovely couch. It's
with
very
Pat from
comfortable.
Swing Unlimited. Okay, so we've been chatting about your age groups and everything, but I haven't really chatted about you. So, Pat, your influences on swing, because obviously I've sat here and I've felt the vibe from you. You're very passionate about it, and we've mentioned a few artists, but come on, who influenced you in the early days?
I mean, in terms of the big band stuff, I mean, and ironically, again, after talking so much about, you know, not wanting to be pigeonholed, but I mean, Duke Ellington was the absolute, you know, pick really of all the great, you know, sort of. But it was great musicianship. But it's the wall of sound of big band stuff. It's all of those trumpets and trombones and saxophones and a great rhythm section, and you put that stuff together and it just rocks, it swings, it boogies, you name it.
Well, the admiration's there because they had to do something. They didn't have the microphones, they didn't have the technology that we've got in front of us today. So that sound and the way they designed the instruments, phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about the guy who really put it on the map for us, really, the commercial side, was Glenn Miller.
Yeah.
But as you say, you've got people like Charlie Tennant, Clarence Williams, Art Shaw,
Yeah,
Benny
the
Goodman,
Dorsey brothers, Benny
the Dorsey
Goodman,
brothers.
yeah.
I mean, but they all did it in their own phenomenal way.
They did, yeah. I mean, of course, like all genres, any genre, whether it's country or folk or swing or rock, you know, you find anybody, you know, the generational thing is interesting, isn't it? Because kids will listen to their parents' music that they really like, and their kids' response to it is usually, you know, oh, I don't like it. It all sounds the same. And then the parents listen, oh, I like this, you know, but you put some thrash metal on or some screamo or whatever. And what do the parents say? I don't know how you can listen to that stuff. It all sounds the same. So, you know, but you got to experience stuff live. That's the thing.
We've got 2 tracks coming up now, which will highlight his skills because they're completely different. We've got White Cliffs of Dover.
Yeah. Obviously, with the very recent passing of Vera Lynn.
Yep.
I mean, we thought about doing one of her other hits. Oops, Upside Your Head came to mind, but in the end, we've gone for the classic. Not Whale Meat Again, fortunately, but the White Cliffs of Dover. And then that's going to be immediately followed by the Andrews Sisters. So again, we're into vintage here, which I was very aware of for this event, of course. So it is there. However much we like playing other stuff, we love playing this stuff. And we have our own Andrews Sisters. They're the 3 daughters of our sound and technical guru for the band, who really sorts us out, Peter Alcock. Right. And this is his girls, the Alcock Sisters, doing the Andrews Sisters, Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy, with me playing the part of the Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy.
Interesting.
And that comes after White Cliffs of Dover with the beautiful Karen Pitt singing.
Enjoy.
There'll be bluebirds over the white cliffs of Dover. Tomorrow, just you wait and see. There'll be love and laughter and peace ever after. Tomorrow, when the world is free, the shepherd will tend his sheep, the valley will bloom again, and Johnny will go to sleep in his own little room again. There'll be bluebirds over the white cliffs of Dover. Tomorrow, when the world is free.
the band from out Chicago way. He had a funky style that no one else could play. He was the top man at his craft. But then his number came up and he was gone with the draft. He's in the army now, a blowing reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. Puts the boys to sleep with boogie every night and wakes them up the same way in the early bright. They clap their hands and stamp their feet because they know how he plays. When someone gives him a beat, he really breaks it up when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B.
So welcome back, Pat. Absolutely superb to chat to you today.
Yeah, thanks
Swing
very much.
Unlimited.
You too,
All
Dave.
the best
And Mandy.
in the future. And Mandy. Mandy's sitting over there. She's having a rest.
Yeah.
Bless her. But yeah, absolute pleasure talking about you. Your passion is there for everyone to see. So please, when you get a chance and when we get out of this pandemic, make a point of going to see Swing Unlimited. But meanwhile, click on to
subb.co.uk and or Google Swing Unlimited Big Band. You can buy our merchandise.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Anyway, we're unfortunately fast running out of time.
Time
Dave.
is catching us up, so we need to move on. So yeah,
And
absolute
I'm
pleasure.
gonna finish. We're gonna finish with actually 3 numbers back to back.
Yep.
And they're all vintage. They're all classic, and they're especially for you dancers out there. So move the furniture further back and get jiving to Tuxedo Junction, arranged for us in Jules Holland style by our very own Julian Whitehead, followed by everybody's favourite Charleston Stroll, Sing Sing Sing, by Louis Prima.
Wonderful.
And then Highcliffe Castle we do every year, and we're hopeful, fingers crossed, that we'll be able to do it the first Sunday of September.
Yep.
It's a free concert at Highcliffe Castle, and this one, the last one you're going to see was Just a Gigolo, which is another Louis Prima number.
Yeah.
And it features me singing it along with James and the whole rest of the band in front of 3,000 people a couple of years ago at Highcliffe Castle.
So all I can say is give everyone a big shout out.
Get dancing, come and see, support live music, and get to our website. Thanks very much.
And we'll
Thanks.
see you.
Shake and stir.
And we'll see you very, very soon. Play
Cheers,
that
Dave.
video.
Ladies and gentlemen, our maestro of rhythm, percussion, and the drums, Mr. Tim Sharp on the drums. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Mr. Tim Sharp on the drum. Ladies and gentlemen, Swing Unlimited Big Band.